Welcome to Rosemobuo Goat Farm. We are located in Gabane, and Gabane is 15 kilometers away from the city. We are farming only commercial Boer goats. Our endeavor is to produce stud animals, but at the current moment, we are only doing commercial Boer goats. Welcome, and if you are new today, please consider subscribing to our channel. We are one big family. We have one love, and we learn about goats. I'm not an expert, so let's learn together. Well, today's topic, it's a very interesting topic. You are going to love it, I know for sure. We are going to be talking about zero graze. We are only zero grazing few animals at Rosemobuo Goat Farm, and all these beautiful goats that you see at the back of me, they are being zero grazed. So we zero graze them, and then we are going to be doing natural synchronization on them. So we're going to talk about the advantages as well as the disadvantages of zero grazing. So zero grazing, it's a intensive farming, in other words, whereby you are confining your animals to one place and you feed them throughout year in, year out until they produce. So all these animals that you see at the back of me have been confined to this kraal. We don't practice zero grazing fully. Only few animals that we select that are being zero graze. So we have selected these females since they were born at a young age. So we raise them up until now they are between 6 and 10 months. And we are going to be doing natural synchronization on them. We are going to put one bag on them once they are ready. We put a bag, usually put a bag for 2 months in this kraal. So I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with the process of zero grazing. All right, so let's start with disadvantages of zero grazing. Okay, number one very disadvantageous situation in zero grazing is that one disease that affects one animal, you need to act very fast because it can spread very fast in all the animals. For example, let's say one animal has coccidiosis, and then you can see my trials. So should one coccidiosis event happen in this kraal, I know for sure I need to act very fast. If I don't act very fast, you will find that all the food is contaminated and other goats will be eating that droppings from the sick animal. So the disease will spread very fast in a confinement area. So you have to act very fast, especially when it comes to diseases, and try and by all means to avoid a lot of people coming into this kraal, because should we have one disease, any disease that affects goats, it will affect the rest of them. Number two of disadvantages will be that it's quite capital intensive to run a zero grazing in this manner. Number one reason is that these animals eat way too much. They eat way too much, and I don't produce food. I only buy it from the shop. So it means I'm going to be buying a lot of feed and then giving them feed. So it's quite capital intensive. Whenever you have an idea to do zero grazing, you should budget for the whole year so that you can really reap the rewards of zero graze. Number three disadvantage is that there is a high possibility of these animals being stressed. Boer goats are goats, and Kalahari reds are goats that love to travel, pick trees, and rather than eat, sleep, drink water, eat, sleep. So, when they are confined in this area, they might be stressed, and you might end up having to deal with stress. So we are continually, giving them stress pack in terms of electrogard. We give them electrogard so that they don't get a lot of stress. So the animals in that natural behavior, they like to go out. So when you confine them, you might end up having stress. And stress in goats can cause a lot of things. It can cause miscarriages, it can cause a lot of diseases, it can cause stagnant in growth. So imagine when you are feeding your goats, you want them to grow fast, you want them to reach fertility faster, and then you don't get there because of stress. But I think so far in Rosemobile goat, we are really managing. So number 4 is that when you have confined animals in a zero grazing, one of the disadvantages is that you need to always provide water. Clean water is supposed to be here all the time. And rather than the goats that we let go to the graze in an extensive farming, we provide farm water wherever they are. So here you must always clean the troughs. You have to always provide clean water all the time, and you don't need to always make sure that whenever they went to graze, you are leaving them with water there, or maybe there's a dam there. So here you have to always work hard, and it's quite labor intensive. So if you are hiring one person for these, it means number 1, you are going to make sure that you clean the kraals all the time, because all these animals, they eat, drink water, sleep, and leave their droppings here. So it means every week you must clean so that you avoid the parasites, the worms, as well as multiplication of things that can affect your goats. So these are the disadvantages of zero grazing. In a short while, we are going to be talking about the most advantageous things about zero grazing. I love zero grazing. Well, one of the biggest advantages of zero grazing, number 1 advantage is that your animals are not wasting energy. They are confined in one area, so they're going to look beautiful, they're going to gain weight, and they're going to be here, you know. And number 2 reason, they are going to be high fertility. Like when you feed them the necessary feed that it needs, that all these goats needs, they're going to gain more weight. And then more weight in Boer goat farming means that there is a high possibility of twins, triplets, and quads. So we are 100% sure that when we feed them, for sure, we are going to have animal that gives us triplets as well as quads as well as twins, because twins and triplets, you can actually try and do them through feed. So, you know, number 3 advantages is that you don't need to work extra hard to go and collect all the animal from the extensive farming in order to either to inject or to deworm or to do anything. They are just here. And every time there is no, one of the most advantages also, there is no issues with animals being eaten by predators outside. There's no issues with one get lost or other wild dogs are taking them out there in the grazing area. Your animals are here. Your wealth is here. You can always see it. And the next advantage is that whenever they are the khofa, the bidua in the khofa, worms, not worms, whether they are ticks and parasites, you can simply see them in your animals. You don't need to travel hard way outside the farm, collect animals. By the time you get back, you are tired, and there are so many, you can't even see all the ticks in all your animals. So it's always good to have them in one confinement area, so that you can always, anytime you get here to give them feed or water, you can see the ticks and you can take advantage of that. The fourth advantage is that this is in its own way, it's a natural synchronization. So you are going to put a buck at the same time. When you put a buck at the same time, they are going to give birth at the same time. And when you feed your animals, there's going to be enough milk for the kids, because all the nutrients are met in that feed that you provide. You provide high quality feed, it acts up, and then they're going to give birth. to healthy animals. And it's a beautiful thing. I've tried zero grazing also last year when I was starting on Duo goats. The results were just phenomenal. And today I'm starting again with zero grazing. And wait until you see the result of these beautiful animals. They're going to drop beautiful kids. They're going to grow faster. So should I recommend to other farmers about zero grazing? I think if you have the budget and if you have what it takes, you can do zero grazing. And it doesn't need a lot of animals to multiply your animals. So if I had a lot of money, I'll definitely go for zero grazing other than extensive grazing. But because I don't have money, I only confine only 10 to 12 goats here. And I'm trying with them until they grow. I give them a bag, they give birth. And then after 3 months, I'll remove the kids from them and then I'll let them go again. And one last advantage about zero grazing is that should they give birth to the kids, they are able to take care of those kids faster growth, and they will also be able to go back on heat again. It doesn't take a long time because that body condition or body score is not that far from the one that is allowed to breed again. Other than extensive, you might end up having to miss 4 months or 5 months in order for the goat to gain weight back. So you are losing a lot. Instead of getting a goat to give birth 2-3 times in 2 years, you are now getting it to give birth once a year and then once another year. So you have lost 1 breeding season and 1 kidding season within that 2 years. So it is the most advantageous kind of farming. I love it. The problem is that it is quite capital intensive. But dealing with the diseases, it's quite easier. I'll recommend it if you have money. And one thing that you must also think about, you cannot take average animals and confine them and feed them. It is always best to do zero grazing with the best animals or the nicest animals. All these beautiful commercials are beautiful. If they give birth and grow faster, they're going to give back the money 3 times. So you cannot take your Tswana or local goats and then you confine them, you feed them. There's no profits there, unless if you are making your own feed. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. It has been a bit of longer time. We have taken longer time to produce these episodes. I've been very busy. We have been in lambing season, as well as my producer has been missing. But I'm quite happy that you are back, and I hope you'll get to love one of the episodes that you are bringing to you. Consider subscribing, guys. We need to grow. We need to grow bigger and better, and it's only through you, guys. It's only through you. And I believe very soon we are going to be reaching 2,000, 2,500 subscribers on YouTube. We need to grow, and we need you to subscribe. If you are new, consider subscribing, comment, and like. If you have any other topic, I'm going to be doing it. Suggest it below. Comment below about that topic. I'll try and cover it at the best of my knowledge. I'm not the best, I'm not the expert, but I'll try, guys. Ciao, ciao. See you until next time. Bye-bye.